Okay, you guys, I have something I want to talk about today, and it's, I just have this idea, and I need somebody else to say something about it to help me understand more. Okay, so I want to talk about the zodiacal chart. Okay, the planets, the relation of the planets to human beings. So, okay, so we humans have personified a lot of these, our origin stories. We put our this is so hard. This is so hard. We put our human experience, we prescribe it onto these planets, okay? We said Venus is like this. Venus is love. Venus, the planet, is a rock. Venus is not that at all, okay? So that's just what we do. We did that with God. We made a human. That's just how we understand things. That concept right there, the personification of planets, along with this idea of time, the evolution of time moving in a constant line. We see how nature works. We see how a tulip grows and dies. We see how only a pregnant woman can give birth. A woman who is yet to conceive will not give birth. When there's no clouds in the sky, it will not rain. There is things that need to happen and that do happen on a timeline, okay? We're not like jumping all over the place. I'm not about to give birth right now, okay? That's not what's happening. So, the personification of the planets and natural progression of time. Based on these two things, I am offering up the proposition that the zodiacal chart and the relation of the planets to humanity is simply a manipulation of the belief system into manifestation. So I think when we use these divination tools and even like tarot, we think we're like jumping ahead, and that is what is to come for us. But no, that time doesn't work that way. Time is on a line. Our intentions, our belief systems lock us in place, and they bind us. And so when we get told, okay, your Mars is going to conjunct Jupiter, this is what's going to happen for you. First of all, the rock Mars and the rock Jupiter, they're not like, I'm sure they have, I think everything in nature has a consciousness of its own, but it's not like, there's not like a history in Mars's head where he is whatever the god that is attributed to Mars is like fighting and like aggro and like all that. Like that is certainly not what's happening. So what if the ancient Egypt or whoever was creating these planetary stories knew that like what you believe in this mini manifestation is the magic, is what is going to make it come true. So if we ascribe these things to these planets and people believe them, and then they have relations of their own and they have placements of their own in space, and that will be extrapolated into people's ideas, and they'll understand it for themselves and they'll believe it, and that will direct and project their own reality. It's not what's going to happen, it's what you believe right now in the present, and you cling to that, and so that is what will happen. Same goes for tarot cards, like another divinatory divinatory acts is not the future, is not being told the future. Everything that's being told to you is in the present, and either you release it, either you don't open that door, or either you open the door and you walk through it and you believe it and you cling to it. And tarot even it's more chaos based, because you can pull any archetype in a card and you put that little story together and you cling to it, and it is neither positive nor is it negative. It is just a quality of belief. And people do this all the time. People's ideologies restrain them and restrict them all the time. People believe this is the cure for them to heal all the way until they kill themselves. People believe their life is horror, tragedy all throughout their whole life. And then at the end of the story, at the end of the book, their life was that, because they believed that. It's the power, what belief is such a strong tool. You believe yourself to life, you believe yourself to death. The belief system itself is neither positive nor negative, but it can very easily bind you, and you can, and the changes that come to you then, things that are offered in your life, you don't take, because you're clinging on to these confines and you're bound by shackles to your mind. That is the qualities of belief, okay? And what I'm proposing is that these divinatory practices, such as the zodiac, such as tarot, or whatever else it is that you do, you may get the false understanding that you're being told of something that's going to happen. I don't believe that. I think I'm proposing, it's a possibility that what you're doing is just on a short-term scale, mini shackling yourself, putting yourself in mini shackles for a little temporary time to, and it's comforting in a way, because you know what's going to happen. You believe this is going to happen, and that's what's going to happen. And you can use it like that. You can understand it to be that way, and maybe it'll help you. So hopefully this is coming across. Like, I'm trying to be as clear as I possibly can. And I just want to add something to the tail end of this thought, that, these manifestations, how do I become rich? How do I become more beautiful? All of these things that people are always yearning for in the new age community, these people who are, trying to manifest success in that way, with the understanding of belief systems and ideologies being shackles to the already confining aspects that life presents on us. Do you really want to bind yourself even more than life already has? By the way, these desires that you have for yourself, for your ego, for your personality, it's endless. It will never be satisfied. You can always want more. You will always want more. You will always want more money. You will always want to be more beautiful. That desire will never be satiated. So I offer that to you as a forewarning with what it is that you think you desire. I think there are desires that you can have that will be satiated when you are living simply, and when you want to help your neighbor out, and when you offer love to those around you. And we already know that. We already understand that. But it's just a reminder that you can have fulfillment and you can be happy, but you have to be careful what it is you desire. So yes, final conclusion. I think we have misunderstood what it is that these divination tools are. There is the present only. There is human projection. And we created the zodiac as a tool, perhaps, for us to project our own future, to have control of our own future, and tarot as well. We can manipulate belief in the present to get outcomes in the future. Yes, and it is not that it is the future being divine, being told to us. No. Okay, so I pray that got across in the way that it is in my head, and if not, then maybe it sparked a brand new idea for someone else who can then go on their own learning journey. Thank you for listening, and if you have something to say about that, that would be cool. That would be cool. Okay, thanks you guys.